UIF is still not paying out the special coronavirus grants as it tries to verify ID documents of those who applied over recent months. Now, the delay has resulted in the extension of the cut-off dates for applications. The UIF took the COVID-19 relief funding system offline over the last weekend to implement changes to the system as recommended by the Auditor General. Joining us now to discuss the range of challenges faced by those awaiting payments is UIF Commissioner Marsha Bronkhorst. Marsha, good evening and thank you very much for your time. Let me first confirm that the UIF payments are resuming next week, Monday.
That indeed is our plan, to resume with the payments, the outstanding payments of April, May and June. The ones that have been outstanding the longest, we hope to do a run on Monday evening as well as on Tuesday evening to get those settled.
And what changes have been put in the system? What is in the system right now to mitigate the risks that we have seen of illegal payments? You've been paying minors, apparently. You've been paying those who are already beneficiaries of PPE tenders. You've been paying people who run businesses. I mean, what systems have been put in place to mitigate against such risks?
Yeah, you will appreciate that in the findings of the Auditor General, the biggest challenges we had was the verification of identification numbers, or ID numbers as we call them. The UIF works on an ID number and employer reference number when we make payments. The second biggest challenge was that of the verification of bank accounts. We had to verify quite a lot of bank accounts as well. So let me start with the identity documents. We have had the total population of 5 million IDs of the UIF verified against the Department of Home Affairs' database, the population register, to make sure that it's updated, to make sure that we do not pay people who are deceased, who deceased prior to the start of the COVID test payments. We have also had to verify the database of the Department of Correctional Services to make sure that people who are incarcerated are indeed not paid, because there were some cases like that. We have also had to verify the database of the South African Social Security Agency as well as that of NSFAS. And then the last database which we received yesterday was from the Department of Public Service and Administration to verify the database of public servants against the UIF database. If you will allow me, I just want to briefly say thank you to the sister departments who came on board and assisted us so speedily with the verification of all these ID numbers. Yeah. The second part is the verification of the banking details. Now that has been done as well through the automated banking system, as well as some manual verifications for the non-participating banks. They have also been finalized this morning. Yeah.
Now, there are many beneficiaries, Marsha, who have been put on the back foot, not because of a fault of their own, but because of failures in your system. They are probably in arrears right now with all sorts of things, including insurances and including installments on payments of houses and cars and so on and so forth. What relief do you have for them?
Look, we will pay. That is why I said earlier we want to pay all competent claims by the end of this week, so that all the outstanding money that was, or the payments that we had to make up to, excuse me, to the 15th of August, we would want to pay through the course of this week, so that we can bring immediate relief to these applicants for the benefits.
So as things stand, you're saying you're geared now for those multiple payments. Again, we are very cautious here. Those multiple payments, there are not going to be any faults in those multiple payments and people double dipping at this point.
You know, the devil is in the detail. I'm equally cautious and equally anxious, but we have tried everything from the side of the UIF to make sure that there is no payment to anyone who does not deserve a payment. And really, you know, we're working with the money of the workers and the employers. I would really love to pay the wrong person benefits when they do not deserve that.
And what about then July, August payments? When will those be processed?
July, August payments will start from the 22nd of this month up to the 26th of this month. So we really want to push all the claims that we have, that we can pay by next week Saturday. So the run will go Saturday evening. It should reflect in the bank accounts on the Monday morning, Sunday not being a banking day.
Now, let's be clear again. Does this apply to all claims or only competent claims?
Competent claims, because if the ID number is not verified, then clearly I cannot pay that person even though there will be a claim. So then we will have to do more investigation into that. So wherever the identification number is verified, where the employer number is verified, where the CIPC number comes back verified, we will pay. But if there's an ID number that comes back as deceased, as an example, then clearly I cannot pay that particular claim.
Yeah, but there are claims with outstanding information, and how many of those are we talking about, and how are those people being notified at this point?
All claims that where there are outstanding information, the system automates an email to the employer or to the applicant to say there is a challenge with whatever the reason might be why the claim is outstanding or why we cannot deal with the claim. There are also employers that have been referred for more in-depth investigation, and they are also notified via automated email system that your business has been put under a scrutiny, if I can call it that, and this is the reason why, so that people know what the reasons are.
I have not directly interacted with the system myself. I'm talking here from reports that I'm reading, but from conversations that I'm hearing as well. People saying the system is quite intimidating, especially for employers. They're not quite sure what to do, what information you're looking for. It seems at some point you need almost somebody who is an expert in this UIF application. What are you doing to make it easier for employers to access, and if there are discrepancies, they're able to address them on the system?
Yeah. We've made upgrades into the system also to make it easier so that employers can make changes. We've also rolled out assistance to our offices across the country, and from Monday there will be 320 additional call center inquiry clerks who will be able to assist with the basics, changing of passwords, which is a challenge, explaining to employers what the challenges might be. To assist them, but we have made changes to the system, upgrades to the system to make it more user-friendly.
Now, the state of national disaster has been extended, and the president announcing that means the UIF dispensation is also extended. How does that affect the application closing dates?
We've not finalized that process yet. So at this stage, my biggest priority is to pay the backlogs and to make sure that I can pay people up to 15th of September. So if you will allow me just a couple of days so that we can finalize that. I really want to push, firstly, and pay what is outstanding now, as we speak, as immediate relief to beneficiaries.
And of course, questions would be asked right now as I'm talking to you. What's happening with the investigation into the corruption that went on at the UIF, and when are we likely going to see that report?
The Special Investigation Unit is on site doing their investigations, and they are dealing with the paper trails, etc. If I recall, they've got a turnaround time, I think, of 4 months. I'll have to owe you a specific time frame. But they are there, they are already working. They've been working for the last 2 weeks investigating this. We have also appointed a forensic audit company in what we want to call follow the money, to make sure that employers have indeed paid the money to the employees. We have found many complaints. We've had many complaints of employees saying that the employer was paid, but we have not been paid. So we have done that as well to make sure that that happens as soon as possible.